Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Laura Oral. I'm a psychic medium, a medical intuitive, and just somebody here sharing on YouTube my predictions, precognitions and premonitions. There's a difference between precognition and premonition, and just sharing and doing occasional Q&As, mostly talking about geopolitics, my feelings on what I believe is going on in the world. And I'm here today to do a little bit of channeling because I started the other day, and I'm just here to sort of do a bit of a catch up. And for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. It's nice to have you here, and thank you for watching. And for those of you who actually do come back and watch quite often, thank you. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for taking an interest. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and your fears and your ideas and suggestions. I try to read as many comments as I possibly can, and I take on board a lot. And I know I put up a poll just recently about in my community page on my YouTube channel about what video you would like to come up, what video you'd like me to work on next. And the one that got the most votes was the Global Predictions Part 3, and I'll be working on that this week. So today I'm going to do a bit of channeling. It's going to be a little bit of, there's no structure to my channeling. Whatever comes, I'll just be doing. And we'll see where we go from there. I'm here with my Alaskan cup, which I've chipped a little bit at the top, drinking my fennel tea, fennel seed tea. I made tea from my fennel seeds. Every Sunday I do baking, so I actually bake sourdough bread every weekend, and I start on Friday, where I actually, feed my starter. Saturday is the day where I do all of my stretching and folding and shaping, and then it sits overnight and I bake early Sunday morning. So I bake what they call a boule, a round loaf, and I also bake a sandwich loaf, and sometimes I bake focaccia. But I love working with sourdough. I love working with dough in general. And I mentioned also that I've been doing some prepping. I've actually been prepping probably for the last 4 to 6 weeks, or maybe, last couple of months, to be honest. And I know a couple of people have asked about it. And so I've been working on combination of things sort of simultaneously. And I've been also doing some fermenting foods, pickling foods, preparing foods for the freezer and so forth, but also to water, getting a crank radio and so forth. And so anyone who's really interested to know a little bit more about what I'm doing with prepping, just mention it in the comments below. Yeah. So I hope you're all doing well. You're having a lovely day. It is a beautiful day here in Sydney. Yesterday was a pretty cold day, but I've actually been very busy in the garden, and I haven't worked in the garden for some years, and so I'm back in the garden, and I've kind of been diligently working and in the garden and trying to sort of build up things to be a little bit more self-sufficient. And yeah, so let's see where this channeling goes. And what I'm going to work on this week will be the Global Predictions Part 3, but I'm going to take on board the comments that you'd commented on the poll underneath, all the comments, and I'll see the countries that were mentioned there. I'm going to try my best to see if I can actually include that in the top predictions and see where we go from there. So in saying that, I'm going to start some channeling, and yeah, right now I'm feeling blank. I'm getting nothing. And I might just close my eyes and see what starts to come through. And I actually just might pause for a moment, come back a bit more prepared. See you, be right back. For those of you who are actually new to my channel, I'm in a different part of the house. Got my daughter who's been practicing her flute. She actually teaches flute, she studies flute, so she often plays flute around home. And so we share my space sometimes. So you may hear some music come through, but I think I might be fine in this corner here. It's a nice, cozy little corner. And for those of you who haven't seen me work before, when I don't always look to the camera when I'm actually reading. I tend to, when information's coming through, I tend to look to my left. And sometimes I might just get a little bit of a brain dump and I'll just start to write. This is actually new to me, speaking to the camera and channeling to the camera, because usually I channel quietly and I write, or sometimes I can just type, look to the left and I just type. So I could spend probably most of the video just looking to my left, channeling the information through, or I might have my head down just writing. So if I'm doing that, I'm not looking at the camera, but I am actually communicating to you, and we'll take from there. Okay. All right, so I'm actually writing and it seems like my table is moving as I'm writing. Yeah, my daughter's playing the flute. I don't know if you could hear that. Yeah, I find it a bit distracting. I should probably put some music on. I might put some music on and see if I can actually. Yeah, I might just put some music on so I can drown that out a little bit. The type of music that I tend to like when if I am, I don't need music, but if I am, I tend to like something with a little more, uh, perhaps a bit more drumming feel to it, or something that can almost put me in a trance. But I don't think I'll do that on camera, go deep into a trance on camera. Could be. Right, I'm getting something about USA. Getting something about Donald Trump. Okay, I'll just show the words that Donald Trump might hurt his shoulder. But I keep on getting an image of Donald Trump. And it's something about his shoulder. His arm in a sling. And as I'm seeing him, I'm hearing Ronald Reagan. So it's like, and I think I may have said this in a previous slide, it might be a similar situation to what happened with Ronald Reagan. But it could be an injury of some sort. I'm not sure, to do with sports, but something about his shoulder, and I'm getting the word shatter the shoulder, maybe shatter the collarbone or something like that. I see his arm in a sling. Now, I'm not sure if that's symbolic. I'm not in deep enough yet. I'm kind of just getting surface level stuff. I'm being a little distracted. It's not as quiet here. So I've got a bit of music in the background. I don't know whether you could hear that, but that's kind of to drown out some of the other sounds around me. Okay, I'm being told something about the Strait of Hormuz. And I'm seeing fighting. I'm seeing crossfire happening. And I'm getting told that they're going to intensify. The actual engagement is going to intensify. There are definitely people who are wanting to keep this alive. I'm getting something about Russia and China and the Strait of Hormuz. I'm actually getting that Russia wants to keep it alive and China doesn't, because China's going to be affected. And the two allies, Russia and China, are kind of really not allies. They're kind of trying to outdo each other. I'm feeling like Russia's going to kind of be forming more of an alliance with America to squeeze China. Interesting. So I'm not getting a lot of visuals at the moment. I'm only getting snippets. Where am I going now? I just got Iceland's going to fall through. The first round of negotiations, serious negotiations, are going to fall through. They're going to stand their ground. They're not going to want to negotiate something with Trump. And I'm feeling like Europe's behind it. Now, there was a recent visit. The King and Queen, I believe it was, from Netherlands that went to the White House recently. I'm just hearing that there's going to be a serious uprising in the Netherlands. If it hasn't started already, it's going to be starting, like a serious uprising. We're going to see thousands and thousands and thousands of people. In fact, you're going to see thousands and thousands of people uprising a lot. We're already starting to see it. We're starting to see it in Ireland. We're starting to see it in Spain. We're starting to see it in France. I just got there's going to be an assassination attempt against Macron. Now, I don't know whether that's symbolic in terms of a real assassination attempt or an assassination of his character. I actually got that he and his wife are going to divorce. She's going to leave him. I don't know if that's already started, but I see that that's going to happen. He's going to lose royally. Now, Mark Carney from Canada, I'm just getting something about him right now. He's going to be investigated. There's going to be some kind of inquiry against him. And it's going to be formed by the opposition party. Possibly Polier, if that's his name, Polyver. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I apologize. Polier. Bob Ford. He's in trouble. Okay. I've got to be careful saying things like this. There's going to be some kind of charge against him. And don't know whether I can say this on camera. It starts with R and it's towards a woman. I've got to be careful what I'm saying here, what I'm feeling here. I'll leave that to your imagination. Now, the image of Bob Ford that I'm getting is a gentleman with a round face and a slight belly, like a beer belly or some sort. I don't know whether he likes his beer, he likes to drink. But if it's the gentleman that I'm seeing here is the person who actually likes to drink and slightly under the influence, he's actually taken a little bit of liberty towards certain women. And I feel there's going to be some kind of accusation towards him that will come out. Be wary of the righteous one is just something that's coming through to me. Time is catching up. Things are catching up with these elite figures around the world, these politicians, these other people in these very prominent elite roles, there's going to be more, not just more exposed. There's going to be it's now time for accountability. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen. I'm getting the word swiftly. It's actually going to happen with the momentum. It's almost like the building blocks have been happening, and it's going to happen. Something about Greece and China. So I'm not getting a lot of visuals, but I'm just getting a lot of information. So I'm just trying to sort through it. And it's kind of moving, and then it kind of something gets highlighted for me. When it's visions, I just kind of get lots of visions, but here it's lots of sounds that's kind of moving across, and I tend to stop. So I've stopped with Greece and China. And I got that there's going to be an exchange of words, not pleasant words. Greece is either going to accuse China of something, make some kind of untoward comment towards China. China's not going to be happy. There's going to be an exchange. I just got Italy's going to do the same. I don't know whether I've said this before, but Brussels is in trouble. And something about Hungary. Now, Viktor Orban lost the presidential race. There's a new person in charge now. Viktor Orban. I just got the hit that he may make a play for something to do with the European Union, some kind of executive committee. I don't know if he's going to run for president or something like that for the European Union. I do see somebody takes over from Ursula. It's not going to be Victor, though. They're not going to vote for him. But the European Union is definitely surprised by the new gentleman in charge, the one who's recently won in Hungary. He's more staunch than Victor. It's being reported as that as well. I'm actually getting that he and Victor were friends. He's going to push the policies of Viktor Orban more than Victor has actually pushed himself. Something about Spain, and I'm getting something about Zelenskyy now. I don't know if that's related. Something about Spain. I'm hearing the word assassination attempt, and I'm getting something about Spain and something about Zelenskyy. I feel like it's directed towards Zelenskyy, but it's something to do with Spain, and I'm not quite sure what it is. There's going to be a cargo ship explosion. I'm seeing an image of a big ship exploding out at sea. I'm seeing things flying. There's something about the Bermuda Triangle. I'm just seeing almost like a whirlpool in the water dragging something down, and something to do with the Bermuda Triangle. A wreckage may be found. Something about disrupted navigation. And then I just got MH370. Is that the Malaysian flight? Is it 370? Wow, okay. I just got that it wasn't sabotage. Now, I don't know if that's linked to what I just saw about the Bermuda Triangle and some kind of, but there was no Mayday call, so I'm not quite sure there. I'm not sure if there was military personnel on board or if it's about an upcoming flight. getting something about, maybe it's okay. Something about hostage, something about upcoming flight. Something about an explosion on board. Yeah, so it could be a bit of a terrorist attack. And something about flying into a bridge. Then I'm kind of getting something about New York, and New York, it kind of just following in suit. Almost like I'm kind of getting an image of the planes of 9/11. I'm not getting it clearly though. And then I'm just seeing something going into a bridge. So there may be a similar type of feel. Where the two rivers meet. I don't know what that means, but where the two rivers meet. There's a bridge where the two rivers meet. And I'm sort of seeing like a storm in that place. There's an X marked there and there's a storm. Two rivers meet, and on opposite ends of the rivers, there's like different counties, different. I feel it's in the Northern Hemisphere. It's either North America somewhere, it's either in the US. Yeah, I'm starting to see it. Something about the Rocky Mountains. I don't know. I'm seeing like there's a long road driving down along the mountains, Rocky Mountains, seeing the mountains on either side, but on the far distance directly ahead, on the far, far, far distance directly ahead, I see kind of an explosion. But I feel it's more the US side, possibly. I'm just being told there's going to be a terror attack. And it's something about bordering Canada and the US. So it could be something to do with Colorado or something like that. It just keeps on showing me this image of the two. I'm kind of inside a cockpit now. Yeah. I'm kind of going in and I'm losing the image. I'm going deeper and then I'm losing the image. It's because I'm talking, because usually when I do this, I don't talk. Seeing somebody's face. What am I seeing here? Yeah, I'm getting a Mayday call. I'm getting in enemy territory. I'm getting that there's going to be a fight. There's going to be an exchange and somebody's going to bring down a plane. Another plane's going to come down, another pilot. Because I saw it from the cockpit. I was actually in the cockpit. And I saw the windscreen of the plane broken. It's a smaller craft. It's not a big craft. I don't know if it's solo or two. I just saw the cockpit. And I see something about a long road, water, and I'm seeing smoke. Now I'm seeing soldiers on foot marching. And it keeps on showing me the same image. So this is my focus, this image, this long strip, this image. I'm seeing smoke, seeing mountains. I'm seeing some kind of bridge that bridges something together. There's going to be a battle around there, or there's going to be an explosion around there. And as I'm looking at that, simultaneously, I'm seeing legs of soldiers marching down. I'm kind of getting the feeling that they're going to be trapped. I'm seeing smoke around them, so I'm seeing battle. They're in battle. Greece is coming to me now. Oh, okay. I have a little bit of a break. I have no, I'm kind of semi still there. I'm kind of semi in a still. I'll just see what else where I go. Somebody's gonna die of a heart attack. Tracer. Who's gonna die of a heart attack? Oh my God, it makes me feel sick all of a sudden. Got something about King Charles. Somebody around King Charles. Oh my God, I'm getting pain right here. It's taken me to England. What is it about King Charles? I'm getting King Charles, King Charles, King Charles, King Charles. King Charles may pass. It's interesting. I feel like he's written his own obituary. I'm being told that he's been given a death sentence. I think he already knows. There's going to be some controversy around William. William and Catherine and something from the past is going to come back to haunt them and their relationship. It's going to make it a little rocky. I feel Catherine's going to fall ill again. It's going to be a hiccup though. So it's not going to be a long-term thing, but there'll be a bit of scare, but she's going to fall sick again and there will be a scare around it. There's something about her daughter Charlotte. She's going to be recognized for something, or she's going to sort of do some kind of debut of something that's coming up. And George, she's going to be crowned something or knighted of something or kind of given some kind of special vestige of something of some sort. There's going to be a sacking of a member of parliament, and something about a male and female in the UK that's in cahoots. There's going to be a sacking, so I'm not quite sure what's happening there. I'm hearing something about Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer. I'm getting this man's very hated. This man's very hated, even amongst the Muslim groups that he's hated, to be honest, is what I'm feeling. He's kind of like, he's, yeah. I'm sort of seeing him talking, but it's almost like he's sweating. or there's pressure on him. There's a lot of pressure on him. All right, let's just see. I might just give this a break. And yeah, okay. Kind of lost it a little bit. Don't know how long I've been doing this for. I have no idea what this looks like. I'm kind of still there a little bit. I might keep going. I'm still there a little bit. It's taken me to South Africa. Something about Jesus Christ. I'm seeing a big cross. They really are trying to wipe out the whites. But I'm getting there's going to be some kind of either uprising or massive fleeing. I'm not sure. Johannesburg. I've just heard there's going to be a prominent person that's going to be attacked by a shark there in South Africa in the water. It's interesting, but it may be a prominent person, but who's not currently in parliament, not currently in government, but may have previously been in government, that's swimming out in the ocean, out in the beach. Maybe diving, somebody who dives, likes diving, or somebody's gone on some kind of vessel and they do some kind of scuba diving or something with a group. Seeing something like that, but it's somebody from the past who's well known from the past. I'm just getting an F-15 plane will be shot down. And I don't understand over Johannesburg. I don't know how that makes sense, what there's a connection, whether that's symbolic, but I'm just going to say it as I hear it. I just saw the back to the exhaust of the plane. I see it from behind, and then I just got, will be shot down over Johannesburg. I don't understand that. Iceland's going to have another volcanic eruption. JD Vance is going to need surgery. Now, this is where I need to decipher what I'm getting, because I got JD Vance is going to need surgery, but is it almost like something needs to be stitched up to do with his appearance or his presentation? So I don't know whether it's symbolic. His image that's being projected or his physical. Because I'm not seeing where or what. But then I kind of got the other information. I might leave it there for now. But if there's a continuation of what I'm doing, I'll add that in the video. Bye for now.